And Raised by Wolves Season 2 Episode 7, titled Feeding, Paul takes the fruits from the tree that evidently has grown out of Sue to the settlement and tells them it has been cleared for consumption. But as he watches them eat, it seems to dawn on him the magnitude of what is happening here. The people of the settlement are virtually eating Sue. Father, Tempest, Campion, and others search for Tempest's baby and run into Vril. Meanwhile, the serpent transforms and becomes something it was supposedly always meant to. Here is everything you need to know about the ending of Raised by Wolves Season 2 Episode 7. Let's start Episode 7 recap. Paul becomes nauseated as he watches people of the settlement eat the fruits. He hopes against hope when he sees Campion approaching the crates and is relieved when the other boy doesn't eat one. He returns to Marcus. For the first time since he started hearing the voice signal, Marcus begins to question its motives. Mother Lamia finds the tree and realizes what has happened. Sue has been her friend, the only one in the settlement. She grieves and laments why Sue had to listen to the voice. When she returns to the settlement, she is horrified to discover that people are eating the fruits. Meanwhile, the search for Tempest's baby initially proves to be fruitless. Hunter sends a device to look for the sea creature, but it soon begins to malfunction due to the acid. Father sends Campion to look for the device after it is washed ashore, and the latter runs into Vril. The last we saw her, she massacred the Mithraics after Decima carved her face off. This time, she has a plastic cover over her face. Soon, others catch up with Campion. Holly, who saw the killings, is there as well. She warns the others about Vril, but they decide to keep her active for now, as she claims to have information about the baby. The group follows her to a cave, where they find the body of a youngling of the sea creatures. Back at the camp, the serpent starts acting out. It breaks open the bars of the cage and flies away, with Mother hot on its trail. Why does the serpent transform? After becoming free, the serpent heads straight to Sue's tree. The latter seems to sense it and manages to send an urgent message to Marcus and Paul through a broken transmitter, urging them to burn the tree down. And Marcus does try to do that. However, the fire he lights is too small by the time the serpent arrives and devours the tree. It seems to be a part of its evolution, as eating the tree gives it the same weapon of mass destruction that Mother has. When she goes to confront the serpent, her caregiving programs prove to be detrimental to her attempt to neutralize it. After all, the serpent is her child. The serpent then attacks, rendering her temporarily deactivated. Marcus and Paul find and decide to save her. They take her back to the settlement, where she learns the truth about the signal from grandmother. It appears that the entity that is the source of the voice or the signal is indeed malevolent. It took advantage of Mother's memories of Campion Sturgis to have her give birth to the seventh. It then tricks Sue into becoming a believer by suggesting the cure for Paul. What it didn't consider is that the serpent would become attached to Campion. The serpent is meant to bring the destruction of humanity, as its kind had done thousands of years ago. But this particular serpent seems to be more concerned about Mother and Campion. It is jealous of the latter because of his bond with Lamia, and seems to be looking for him after its transformation. This connection might ultimately prove to be the salvation for humanity. Campion survives the encounter by hiding from it with Vril. Why did the sea creature take Tempest's baby? Like their land-based counterparts on the other side of the equator, the sea creatures are devolved humans. It seems that a part of their subconscious has held on to certain natural instincts of their genetic ancestors. The dead youngling discovered in the cave most likely belongs to the sea creature that stole Tempest's baby. Its grief over losing its own child drove her to take the baby from Tempest. When Father, Tempest, and the others find the creature, she is breastfeeding the child. Tempest, haunted by how the child was conceived, wants to leave her there. But Hunter refuses to leave the child there and shoots the creature. However, when he tries the baby to give to Tempest, the latter turns away.